Welcome back to High Stakes, where we help you elevate your betting strategy. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button to stay updated with our daily content. Looking for exclusive access to premium betting picks? Join us on Patreon. Links are available in the comments section below. Stay ahead of the game with High Stakes. The thrilling NFC South showdown we've all been waiting for. The New Orleans Saints, 5-11, valiantly holding on to third place in the division, take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 9-7, division leaders by default. It's Sunday afternoon at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, and the stakes have never been lower, for one team at least. The Saints are here purely for moral support, playing out their season like a sitcom in its final season. You already know how it's going to end, but you still kind of want to see the mess unfold. Let's start with the Saints, who somehow find new ways to stumble each week. Last weekend, they dropped their third straight game, this time to the Las Vegas Raiders. The home crowd got treated to an offensive masterclass by the Raiders, while the Saints, in their infinite wisdom, decided that turning the ball over repeatedly was the best strategy. Quarterback Spencer Rattler generously gifted the Raiders 2 interceptions and a fumble. But hey, he also led the Saints' rushing attack with a whopping 46 yards on 3 carries, so it wasn't all bad, right? Oh, and tight end Foster Moreau managed to catch their lone touchdown. Baby steps. Head coach Darren Rizzi had nothing but glowing words for his quarterback. Spencer never got settled, but he was moving around out there. Translation: he was running for his life, but at least he tried. With Alvin Kamara sidelined, the Saints' offense will likely continue its trend of creativity, which in this case means struggling to score 20 points. T. Juwan Johnson and W.R. Chris Olave might make appearances, but honestly, would it make a difference? On the flip side, the Buccaneers are riding high after demolishing the Carolina Panthers last week. Baker Mayfield, clearly enjoying his resurgence, threw for 5 touchdowns and made it look easy. Mike Evans caught 2 of those TDs because, well, he's Mike Evans. Bucky Irving hit 1,000 rushing yards for the season and decided to tack on another 113 yards for good measure. Rookie wideout Jalen McMillan joined the fun with 2 touchdowns of his own. Todd Bowles was practically giddy after the game, crediting the football gods for finally being on their side. "We've learned mental toughness," he said, because apparently it only took 16 weeks to figure out how to close out games. The Buccaneers have everything going for them: momentum, talent, and an offense that's putting up points like it's a track meet. They've won 4 of their last 5 games and don't seem interested in slowing down. Meanwhile, the Saints defense is doing its best impersonation of a revolving door, giving up 388 yards to the Raiders last week and ranking near the bottom of the league in just about every defensive metric. If they let the Raiders score 25, imagine what Tampa Bay will do. Key injuries for the Buccaneers? Sure, there are a few. Antoine Winfield Jr., Sterling Shepard, and Bucky Irving are all questionable. But let's be real, even a half-strength Tampa Bay offense is more than enough to handle the Saints. Let's not forget the last time these two teams met. It was a casual 51-27 beatdown in New Orleans. A game so one-sided that it probably should have been called off at halftime. Tampa Bay's offense is better now, and the Saints' defense is, well, still the Saints' defense. Do the math. As for the betting side, the Buccaneers are favored by 13.5 points, and honestly, that feels generous to the Saints. Tampa has covered the spread in 3 straight home games and has consistently outperformed New Orleans in recent matchups. And with both defenses ranking somewhere near the basement in yards allowed per game, expect a higher scoring affair. Tampa Bay has gone over the point total in 3 consecutive games, so take the over at 43.5. Final thoughts? The Saints are here for moral support, and the Buccaneers are here to secure a playoff spot and pad their stats. If you're a Saints fan, consider this a glimpse into the offseason. If you're a Bucs fan, grab a drink and enjoy the fireworks. Prediction: Tampa Bay by 1.5 miles. Chat: here are the best game prop picks for the Saints versus Buccaneers matchup. Buccaneers team total points, over 31.5. Tampa Bay's offense has been a juggernaut in recent weeks. They've scored 40-plus points in 2 of their last 3 games, including a 48-point explosion against the Panthers. The Saints' defense, meanwhile, is crumbling, giving up 388 yards of offense to a middle-of-the-pack Raiders team last week. Tampa dropped 51 points on the Saints earlier this season, and with Baker Mayfield firing on all cylinders, expect another high-scoring performance. Baker Mayfield passing touchdowns, over 2.5. Baker Mayfield is peaking at the right time, throwing 5 touchdowns last week and winning NFC Offensive Player of the Week twice in the past 3 weeks. Against a Saints defense that struggles to generate pressure and has allowed big passing plays, Mayfield should have a field day. His chemistry with receivers like Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan is evident, and the Saints haven't shown they can slow down top-tier quarterbacks. Mike Evans, anytime touchdown scorer. Mike Evans continues to be a dominant red zone presence, catching 2 touchdowns last week and showing no signs of slowing down. The Saints secondary, already underperforming, will struggle to contain him, especially given his size and ability to win contested catches. Evans is a favorite target for Mayfield in scoring situations, making him a strong candidate for at least 1 touchdown. Bucky Irving rushing yards, over 75.5 if active. Bucky Irving has been a revelation for the Buccaneers, surpassing 1,000 rushing yards on the season last week with a 113-yard performance against the Panthers. The Saints' run defense has been porous, giving up chunk yardage consistently. Even if Irving is less than 100%, his workload and efficiency suggest he'll hit this number with ease. Saints turnovers, over 2.5. Spencer Rattler's turnover issues are well documented. Last week, he threw 2 interceptions and lost a fumble, and there's little reason to believe he'll suddenly improve against a Buccaneers defense that's opportunistic. The Saints' offense lacks cohesion, and their desperation to keep up with Tampa Bay's scoring could lead to more mistakes. Saints team total points, under 17.5. Oh, the New Orleans Saints offense, where creativity meets calamity. Scoring fewer than 20 points in 5 straight games? That's not a slump. That's a full-blown identity. With Alvin Kamara sidelined, the Saints' already teetering offensive circus hands the spotlight to quarterback Spencer Rattler. And boy, has he been a thrill to watch. If you enjoy turnovers, that is, 2 interceptions and a fumble last week, impressive. It's almost as if he's auditioning to be the Raiders' MVP. Without Kamara to bail them out, the Saints are left to cobble together an attack from whatever's left on the roster. Sure, tight end Juwan Johnson and wide receiver Chris Olave might make an appearance, but expecting them to spark a revolution is like thinking duct tape can fix a sinking ship. And let's not forget the Rattler factor. The man's been so unsettled in the pocket, you'd think he was dodging landmines rather than defenders. And then there's the Buccaneers defense. Not exactly the 85 Bears, but certainly good enough to feast on a team like the Saints. Tampa has shown they can take advantage of ailing offenses, and New Orleans might as well gift wrap this one. The Saints' offensive line seems more adept at impersonating a turnstile than providing protection, so expect Rattler to spend more time scrambling than completing passes. In short, this Saints offense is about as threatening as a soggy paper bag. Scoring 17.5 points? Bold of Vegas to set the line that high. Maybe they're factoring in a pity touchdown or 2 during garbage time, but even that feels generous. The smart money is on the Saints continuing their streak of offensive ineptitude and staying comfortably under this total. And that's a wrap on today's video, folks. I'm sure you're absolutely on the edge of your seat, eagerly awaiting the next thrilling installment of this channel. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because clearly you don't want to miss any of our daily videos. I mean, who could live without them? And while you're at it, smash that notification bell, so you can be the first to know when we drop more gems like this. Oh, and if you're looking for some premium picks, because, let's be honest, who isn't? Join our Patreon. It's where the real magic happens. Premium picks, insider info, and possibly even some mildly entertaining banter. So, hit that link, and we'll see you on the inside. Until next time, enjoy the game, make those bets, and remember, you're welcome.